Okay. Okay. Oh, title. Where's the title? Let's go back. Here it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is definitely not the best camera for the YouTube live, but I am also on TikTok. Excuse my hair. All right, so I'm gonna go on TikTok. And I try not to move the camera too much. All right, let's see. Very perfect. Let's come on. Okay, the streams are on. Okay, so I'm both. I'm on TikTok and YouTube. Cool. I have to do some cutting. This one didn't come. My printer sometimes gets upset. It's funny. So I want to put this away because I can reprint this paper. All right. So the whole point of my live, and this is like very new to this, is you guys love the vintage kitchen. So I prepped. I want to show you how I make them. I'm going to be offering the kits if you guys want them. But it's very simple. This is all stuff, that I creatively imagine when I see certain things. These are even cuter. I feel like they look very vintage. This is my Starbucks. I have an espresso machine. It's kind of like my happy place. Hi, welcome, Andy and Mary. We're making a vintage kitchen. Junk journal, and the one that I make here with you all, of course I'll probably finish it offline. I will be giving it away to one of you all. I don't know if I could choose how it goes, so I'm excited. So as I was saying, I don't know what that is. As I was saying, so these are the espresso boxes, and what I did, it was a little hard because it opens like this. And I want to show you, of course, I did one already because I sewed these. You could probably glue one, but I want to show you how cute they come out. And I'm going to be honest, this has been like super hot when I did the vintage kitchen. Even though I love this new box, see what I'm saying? This box is cuter. Like it looks more vintage than the older one. And then I also grabbed some Butelo, which is like the Cuban coffee, espresso coffee. but the yellow is also super darling. Now, I made them all really different. These are printables that I purchased in Etsy. If you just put in the search engine vintage kitchen, you will have a lot of different choices. I know everybody knows KB and Friends. I also got some stuff from her. This is not from KB and Friends. I forgot who it is. I will look it up and share it with you all. And then, of course, the fabric is from Hobby Lobby. This one is what I use for the inside, which is like a coffee fabric. And then I ran out of this. Like between that, I sent it out to my Patreon members. So every month I have an ephemera kit that I send out to Patreon members. And this is why I'm doing this little live, just to share with you all, when you get your kits, what to do with them. So the fun thing is, of course, I like to add, I do the sewing, and then I just like add a lot of thread everywhere. Of course, I always tell everybody, if it's too much for you, if the thread drives you crazy, you could always just cut it back or let me know when you purchase. But kind of like my signature is that I love to leave the thread. For me, it's the definition of junk journal. It's very, and I think it's so cute. So the box is great because it already has its own little like fold. And I wanted to show you the one that I have completed because I still have a couple of them completed. But these I made just to kind of like do this here with you all. And then at the end, I'll be giving one away. I'm excited. This is so cute. And it's also a way for me to have stuff in my Etsy shop. So look how cute they are. And they're miniature. I find that this is great. Like if you guys are moms or like me, a grandma, and you spend a lot of time with your grandbabies, cooking, creating memories, this is a great way for you to like put in your recipe cards, pictures, just so much fun, so much fun. All right. So I actually brought 3 of them. I didn't know. I brought 3. The yellow, I think yellow is the one that I mostly that mostly sells is the yellow. It does look really pretty. And then this one has tassels. I got these cutesy little tassels from the Blue Torn page. I love her. She has great deals. She finds amazing stuff. And these are just loose snips of what I'm doing. So I printed the pages on, this is not, so if you go to Target, they have the 110 cardstock. I use that one for my bookmarks. Some of you were asking me what kind of cardstock I use for the bookmarks. I will use the Target 110. I did a video on that, so you can scroll and look through it. This one I think is 100, but it doesn't even feel like 100. It's thick, but it's not as thick. So I thought these were my favorite. I love the girls are very, and I don't, the thing is, they're not even like kitchen, like they're not really kitchen themed, but I still thought that they look so pretty. I feel like, so yeah. So what I'll do is I will cut all of these out. And then I will add 2 signatures. And along with that, a lot of ephemera. So the whole thing is my ephemera kits on Patreon. You get, of course, the box like this. You'll get the box like this. You get the printables, and then you get the fabric. And then you can see, so what I did was I simply sewed a big piece to the inside. And then I found this really pretty lace. It could be from the Blue Torn page. It could be from Temu. The truth is, I don't know. It might be from Hobby Lobby. But I'm guessing more Temu. And then I just sewed it with the machine. And it's just like a cute little pocket. And you can't even tell because since it's like lace. Even in the video, you could barely see it. And then the box already has its little flip. So let me show you what I do. When you open the coffee, it opens like that. So you have to, this is why I had to machine sew it. And I'm sure you could glue it. I'm just a messy gluer. I don't know about you all. And I do buy the good stuff. I buy the fabric glue. But for some reason, I feel like it takes so much longer because then you have to wait for the glue to dry. And if I'm making these journals and stuff for like per se my Patreons, which I do different themes every month, I need the stuff to be done yesterday, not wait 3 days for the glue to just, dry. All right, so you just open the box up. Sorry, my chair. I start sliding on my chair. Just open the box up. You see? And then what I do is I will cut the excess. So very simply, you want to just and I think the ones that I sent via Patreon as the kits to my Patreons, I think I already did all this work for you. I think when you got them, you just got like this. Okay. So it still has, and this is the reason why I sew it, because you see the flap. Of course, like I said, you could definitely glue it. I mean, I know some crafters use hot glue, which hot glue dries a lot quicker. So definitely could do that. I just love the way the thread looks. I feel like the thread gives it such, it's so pretty, all the thread. So then what I'll do is I will take the fabric. So it's a nice little chunk like that. And I will sew it on the inside. And then fold it. Make sure it's not covering too much, as you see. Just to kind of leave, not that way it doesn't cover too much. And like I said, if you have fabric glue, you could glue it. Like you could just glue it over the little hole, like the little cut part, and it should be fine. And then you could just go all out and add like little lace or trim or ribbon. I love the way these look, and I just got a whole bunch because I just ordered a whole bunch of Starbucks. So I feel like for the most part, as long as I have them, I will have these in my shop. I do the kits, like if you want to do them yourself, because the whole thing of crafting is that you'll be able to craft. But I also love buying junk journals and stuff from other crafters, because I get to see like their touch and their magic. And then I use those for like layouts and just, adding things and stuff to it. Like I've been working on a Mary Poppins for a little while and I haven't finished. It would have probably been easier if I just purchased one, right? So you do that. Just fold it. And like I said, you either sew it or you glue it. I went through the sewing way. And then the printables that I sent already cut for you, because these I double paged them. It's easier for me to print and also to save paper. So these are the perfect size for the journals. And then I have, look at these, how pretty. I also have these. Again, these are from an Etsy seller. So the whole thing, when you buy this, like I can't like sell you the printables. I can make crafts and, do that. So, but I love these. These came out so pretty. So pretty. Really pretty printable. So I'll definitely just snip them. And then I have, the kits are, I think they're $20 US shipped. And again, it comes the fabric, the lace, the printables already cut for you, of course, the box. So the only thing you really need is to sew it or glue it all together and then insert your signatures. So I want to show you kind of what it looks like. And I promise I'll get better at this. All right. And generally when I'm sitting on my other table, which is a big brown table that I have, I'll just use my the paper cutter. So you see, it folds like a perfect little book. Just a perfect little book. And then what I do is, of course, I send you a lot more ephemera. You're not just getting the printables. I think I have like recipe cards, music sheets, because all I do is collect ephemera. And again, I go to beautiful places like the Blue Torn page, who does a lot of thrifting, and I get goodies from her. And then I'm able to add those in my kits. So that's why another thing why I love our community is because we get to, like, purchase and support one another. So yeah, and then I don't know where my finished one is, but I will be looking through the live and choosing one of your beautiful names, probably from my Patreon, because my Patreons are supporters. So my Patreon is Crafty Grandma Daisy Rose, and I should have just added there. I do have a free tier, so no biggie. You don't have to pay anything just to become a member. And I do lots of printables and videos and goodies to gift to you all. So I will be choosing a Patreon member to get one of the Vintage Kitchen journals. You all have a beautiful day. Thank you for being part of the live.
You done?
Yeah.
How many people you have on, too?